very beginning, I would say some of our earlier challenges were just being able to get mentors and volunteers who actually had enough training to really make long-lasting changes. One of our early programs was with the Department of Corrections. So we were doing re-entry programs for them in about 2008 or so, right? And I felt like, even though it was a phenomenal program and everybody loved it, I felt like we were putting band-aids over gunshot wounds. We weren't actually going in and doing surgery. So what I did was I went back and I modified our programs so that they actually were therapy-based with education on top. So we're actually helping people look at the long-term effect of what may have happened to you from your childhood or the community you grew up around or the world influences that you had that changed the way your character judged what was okay, what wasn't okay, what your expectations should be for yourself, things of that nature, right? And we went back and made programs that could be replicated and duplicated by anybody that gave them all the skill sets directly out the box, no matter what your background was. So if you're a football coach, but you don't want to just train people on how to play sports, you want to actually train them on how to be a master in life, or if you're a company that wants to do volunteer hours with your staff, but your staff does not have a background in psychology or social work or therapy or education, how could we utilize these people to make long-lasting change? So we created all these programs. We have about 25 of them now, where no matter where you are, or who you are, or what your background is, you can work with a youth and actually dynamically change their life for the long term. You can give them all the different elements, principles, and resources they need to be able to do anything they want to do and to be able to overcome any of the hurdles that they may have developed from growing up in an inner city community, growing up in a single family household, growing up in a high crime rate community, growing up in an inner city school system where behavior issues were more normalized than they should have been. So the very first issues we had and faced were just how to train people with good hearts to actually be able to do the job to make a real turnaround in somebody's life. We have programs now that are just phenomenal, to where if a single mother has to work 2 jobs and she barely has time with her child, she can have a program where her child can do 90% of the work on their own time, and then she can come back and bond in a deeper, more meaningful way with them by just going through the program in her spare time. Or if a person's at a company and they say, hey, you know what, let's 5 of us go and adopt this school and let's work on this school. But how do they do it to where they actually make a difference? We built programs for all of that now.
Is there a cost for those programs if a company or someone wanted to go in and make a difference like that?
We have 2 things that we ask. First, we ask companies to cover the cost of the printing and the material, so that way the school or the agency won't have to cover those costs, because a lot of our schools and a lot of our agencies just don't have the budgets for those things. And the second thing we ask is that people make a small contribution every month so that we can create exposure activities for these youth and these young adults, so that while we're telling them to dream big, we can actually take them out of their communities so that they can see new things, so that they can see that they fit in these different environments. So those are the only 2 things we ask people to do. We don't want you to pay for the program. We just want you to pay so that in your direct community, you can expand the scope of the program, and so that you can get quality materials so that people will be able to actually have the resources they need to make the changes they're trying to make.
How do their people contact you?
My personal email address is keith@makingthetransition.org, but our website is makingthetransition.org, and we have a contact sheet right there. You can just fill out the contact sheet and email us that way. While you're at the website, you can see some of our videos, go over some of our programs, and get a feel for who we are. But we're working with people everywhere from Birmingham, Miami, Philadelphia, Chicago, all kinds of different places, because anywhere that a child is in poverty and has a lack of resources, we want to be there to help.